Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a video just to explain how I do flat lay photos for Instagram. I'm definitely not saying that I'm an expert because I'm far from it, but I thought that I would just share my tips for how I do sort of how I do flat lay photos. I've made a list. Lists are great. I very much like lists. So one of the first things that I would say is you need to make sure that you've got good daylight for your photo, because if you're trying to do photos sort of in the evening with maybe the lights turned on, then you're not going to get really very clear photos. You need to make sure that you're doing it in the daylight, maybe by a window where there's a lot of natural light, rather than lights from your ceiling. In the past, I've tried to just get away with doing photos maybe sort of early evening when the light is definitely not there anymore, and I've gone and deleted the photos the next day because I've thought, no, they're not really what looks good. So yeah, just make sure that you're doing your photos in the best optimum light. My next top tip would be to collect things that you find just really cheaply around the house or outside that you think would look really good for your photos. For example, about a month ago, I thought it would be really nice to have some leaves in a photo. So I just went outside and I gathered together some really nice bright autumnal leaves, and I used them as sort of my accessory to the flat lay photo. And that worked really well. I was really happy with that. So just things like that you can think of. Also, I have just sort of gathered together a collection of things like ribbons or sequins. I've also got lots of glitter, things like that I've just found lying around the house that would be nice for photos. And you can just get really creative. So if you think, oh, that might look nice in a photo, then go for it and try it and see what it looks like. And it might just look really good and you'll be glad that you used it. I've also got like tissue paper. I've got some gold card that I can use. And the way I use this is sort of like to use maybe a corner of it in the photo and then to sort of lay the products around it so that you've got that, just creating it a bit more interesting rather than just a white background like that. I realise that is a very boring background, but I just didn't feel creative today. Next up, I would suggest that you invest in some fairy lights. Now, you really don't have to spend a lot of money on fairy lights to get some nice ones. I went to Primark and I bought these really nice sort of like star copper wire fairy lights, and I think these were only £2.50. So it's a good idea to get something like this, because when you've got your products lined up and you want to make them just look a bit more interesting, you can just sort of drape these around and it will make it look really nice. Definitely recommend these. As I said, they were from Primark, £2.50. No, they weren't. They were not from Primark. They weren't from Primark. I'm so sorry. I got some from Primark. Okay, hear this. I got some from Primark that were £2.50, and I was very happy with them, and I went to put them up in my lounge, and the next moment, little cat decided she'd bite through them. So those fairy lights are no more because of her. So yes, so these were a replacement fairy light that I got. I think they were from Lidl's, and they were only like under £5. They were just really cheap, and so I keep them away from the cat now. Something else on the lines of being creative is to get sort of a good background. So I've got this, which I use sometimes, and it's literally just a wallpaper sample that I had lying around, and it just gives a bit more interesting background to the images because it's got sort of the stripes. Or if I wanted to use more of a plain background, I can use this, which is good, but maybe not so good because it's sort of got a yellowy glow to it. But if you literally just get bits of coloured paper or white paper or other kind of newspaper samples, other kind of wallpaper samples, I've seen the sort of wooden floorboards are really popular. So if you're not lucky enough to have nice wooden floorboards, then maybe you can find some lino or some wallpaper that's got wood panels in it. Just stuff like that. You can just have a good think and see if you've got anything lying around that will work for a nice background. So it can either be plain, patterned, or yeah, just something to work with to begin the image. Something else that I think is really important with your photos is to make sure that there is a point to the photo. So don't just put a load of products all together and just hope that they'll look nice together, because they might do, but they also probably won't. You need to sort of have either a theme of colours that you're going through, so things with maybe Christmassy colours, or a colour scheme that you're sticking to, or you might just want to pick a main product that you're trying to show off and then pick things which sort of suit it around rather than detract attention from it. So just make sure you know what you're trying to say with your photo, if you can say something with a photo. My last tip is to make sure that you have some of this. If you don't know, this is Blu Tack, which is very fun to play with and also very useful to keep your products from moving about and slipping over. So if you just put a little bit of this on the back of your makeup products, brushes, whatever you're using, and just put that on all of them, then they won't slide around or roll around and get really annoying when you've just put together all your products. So this is a good tip for saving lots of time if you're a bit clumsy, or yeah, just to keep them all in place. That is my bonus tip. I really hope that you have enjoyed watching this video and that you've learnt a lot of tips and tricks for your flat lay photos. If you haven't done already and you like my videos, then please don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to comment below, maybe with your Instagram links, or if you've got any tips for your flat lay photos or your general Instagram photos that you like doing, that you'd like to share, then please let me know below. I'd love to read through some of them. Also, don't forget to let me know if you have any ideas for videos. I put my first makeup tutorial video up recently, so I'm going to be trying to do a few more of them. Also more random videos like this, if I can think of them. So thank you so much for your support. I really genuinely do appreciate it. It means so much to me that anyone would subscribe, and so yeah, you have my thanks. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in my next video. Hope you all have a lovely week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye then!